And the last grouping, this is a shorter one here, is SEO that drives real world results. How does SEO drive results that matter to the business? So the first is revenue driven SEO, right? Focusing on the bottom of the funnel here. The definition is it's about making SEO work harder for the businesses by prioritizing real outcomes instead of vanity metrics like raw traffic. Think leads, conversion rates, and revenue, not rankings. That means doubling down on that bottom of funnel content, right? Like pricing pages, comparison guides, case studies, the things that help people make that final decision. Why does this matter in 2026? Well, traffic's meaningless if it doesn't drive revenue, right? I don't care if I got 10,000, visits to my site a day if nobody's buying from me. It's about making money, not just about visits. So with top of funnel informational searches becoming zero click territory, the real value now comes from content that connects directly to buying decisions. Now, we've got to think about that top of funnel stuff. That's going to be the things that people begin to get your branding out there. People begin to know who you are, get you into those AI overviews and stuff that's becoming more and more prevalent out there. So we got to make sure we're dealing with this, okay? And this is really going to help the value, creating the content that connects directly to buying decisions. So that bottom of funnel content performs better because it serves users who are already close to a decision. Pages like those pricing comparisons, solution breakdowns, quote request forms are still going to get clicks, and those clicks are often going to be high intent into the purchase side of things, right? You want to convert commercial actions like buttons, forms, call to actions. They must be built directly into the content itself. We've been preaching calls to action and form fills and buttons forever. It's more important than ever now that you give people the opportunity. Don't just make them go to a contact us page. Give them instructions to do things. Give them a button to click on. Give them a command to do something. Click here for more information about our SEO training classes or whatever. Build it directly into the content itself, not as a separate entity, right? Don't make them go somewhere else. Put it as part of the content on the page. Your pros is it makes SEO directly accountable to the business, right? It supports return on investment conversations with leadership. That bottom of funnel pages convert better and they justify the marketing spend and all the other stuff. And it generates highly qualified leads because they know you, they know your brand, and so on. The cons, well, it requires attribution tracking to clearly measure impact. More and more these days, we're using tools to track better where the content came from. Maybe it's UTM parameters and links on social or other places. Maybe it's unique phone numbers on our social platforms and our ads versus our local listings on our Google Business profile. We're doing more and more that we can to get a better understanding about where people are coming from and being able to track what's really sending that bottom of funnel stuff and creating conversions rather than just a click into our website, okay? We still need the top of funnel content for the long-term brand building and for authority, but by balancing both ends of the funnel takes planning and budget discipline. So those are your cons there. Kind of, it's a con, yeah, but it's an understanding of what you have to do still to help drive that revenue. And then your best practices to rank higher with a revenue focus is to build content around what users want right before they buy. Pricing, product comparisons, case studies, proof that what you say you can do works, or hey, maybe you're I have a pressure washer. We do a lot of before and afters, right? People love before and afters. I mean, look, if you're thinking about getting your driveway cleaned, right? You want to see what it looked like before, what it looked like after. You want to kind of get a sense of what's my site, what's my thing gonna look like when it's done. Embed those call to actions inside the content. Don't leave them sitting in a sidebar somewhere. Don't put them at the very bottom of the page. Embed them throughout the content, okay? Over and over again. I mean, I'll give you a little, for instance, here. We're just in the middle of, this is not a completed site, but we're just kind of working through this new site for a company. It's a little salon here, still in the process, but you see we have book now, contact us right as you scroll down. Book your appointment. We have information here, right? Place that feels like home, haircuts and color. Book it now. Women's salon services. Reach out today. But more, I know it looks like maybe it's a lot, but if you go to inspect, go to like the mobile platform, right? You can see here that it actually a bit more of a scroll before you hit that button. There's the book now. Another scroll. It's like almost at each page we're getting a button, right? Another one there. Book your appointment, special events, and so on. Book now. That's what we're talking about here, right? We're creating the content, putting it out there, and having throughout the content the ability for the user to take the action that you want them to take, which is to work with you, right, in some way, shape, or form, Right. So embed that calls to action into the content, track your lead volume, your conversion rates, and your attributed revenue, not just your clicks, right? Where did this revenue come from? Did it come from the phone call that I got from my local service ad? Did it come from the phone call from a Google Business Profile? Did it come because somebody clicked on the website link in Google Business Profile, landed on my webpage, and filled out a form? How did it come? And then figure out the ones, understand the ones that are generating the best conversions, really doing the best for you, and then invest more in that, right? So if you find you're putting out a lot of Google ads, you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars on Google ads, and you're tracking that through phone numbers and unique UTM parameters and other ways to track it, and you're not getting any sales, well, stop spending thousands of dollars on that. Put that money in something else that is working. Maybe your LSA accounts are working great. Maybe your Google Business Profile is doing great. Maybe do some more press releases to build your brand. Maybe you hire a content writer to help you write better bottom of funnel and top of funnel content. Maybe get a developer involved to help you with your structured content, structured data. All that's going to pay off in the long run. All right.